What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Physical Media tonight, where we're going to talk about a variety of physical media topics. And we're also going to talk about all the movies that I watched so far this year. I'm going to run down my Letterboxd and show you all the scores that I've given everything, because there's some stuff that I don't talk about on the channel that I do watch. So this will give me the opportunity to talk about those movies. So, all right, guys, look, we're here. We're on a Tuesday night. This is also an Ask Me Anything. So if you got any questions, you can start firing those in right now. We've got 91 people in the chats. 91 people. And I have one question for all of you. Can you hear me okay? Can everybody hear me? Is my audio okay? Am I too loud? Am I too soft? Okay. There was a lot of complaints of audio in my recent episode of World's Biggest Collectors. And for some reason, I was like way too loud. And I have no idea why, because I have my mic like programmed to the same settings every single time when I go live, when I do a recording. So I don't get it. But am I sounding okay to you guys in the chat right now? CLSU Ford says you are just right. Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Don Morden says I'm good as well. Yeah, I toned it down like just a little bit tonight. I can see that I'm a little orange. I'm orangey. I don't want to be orangey. Let me turn my temperature down a little bit. Let me adjust the settings a little bit. I always have to readjust everything because me and my wife go live on Monday nights, and then it's a different lighting setup out there, so things look differently. So I have to adjust the settings, and then I have to readjust them when I come back in here. But yeah, good to be here though tonight, guys. Look, we've got a lot of things on the agenda. We're going to talk about a big announcement right out of the gate here in a second. I've got digital code giveaways. I've got some really cool digital codes I'm going to be giving away tonight. Some new releases, some stuff that hasn't even hit the store shelves yet. I got a really cool release in today. You guys can probably tell because it's playing on the TV in the background. I'm going to try to watch it when I get done with the stream. Not on that TV though, because I'm going to be watching the 4K. My 4K TV's out there. I just popped in the Blu-ray. But I did get my Killer Clowns 4K Steelbook, and I pre-ordered this from Screen Factory, I think. When was this announced? Like February or March? But I pre-ordered the Steelbook off Screen Factory right away. Even though I paid like almost $50 for this. I got the poster and whatever, but it went up on Amazon. Everybody was afraid it was sold out. It went up on Amazon, and it's still up on Amazon right now for I think $32.96 or something like that. So if you want to get this, you can still get the Killer Clowns from Outer Space Steelbook. I just decided to pay $15 more because I wasn't sure that it was going to go up on Amazon at the time. Even though I probably should have figured that it was, because Screen Factory usually puts their stuff up on Amazon as well. They honestly haven't done like a ton of Steelbooks, I don't feel like, in quite some time. Killer Clowns was their first Steelbook, I feel like, in quite some time. Maybe since Point Break. I think Point Break was maybe the last one that they did. And that was a Shout Factor release. But it's good that I got it it's supposed to come out May 14th. I got it 2 weeks early so I can watch it tonight, get my review up. So that'll be cool to have an early review out for everybody. That's a benefit from ordering straight from Screen Factory. Oh my goodness, Mary's got like 5,000 comments right out the gate. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. But please don't spam the chats, okay? Because I'm not going to read all of these. I think you're just asking me if I'm going to see a bunch of movies. Well, let me run it down real quick, Mary. What's up, Trek or Not? Trek or Not was the first one in here. No, that's not out yet, Mary. I do plan to see both of those. I'll see that because my wife wants to see it. I do want to see that. I haven't watched that Blu-ray yet. I haven't seen it. I've seen it. I thought it was okay. I'll see it probably. I don't know if I'll see it in theaters. I'll probably see it in theaters. I'll definitely see this in theaters. I'm really excited for it. I'll probably wait for home video for that. The trailer didn't look too good to me, to be honest. I haven't watched my 4K yet. Haven't watched it. Don't think I ever will. Really want to see this one. I don't have too much of an opinion on him. I think he's kind of done in Hollywood at this point. I do want to see that again. I'll see that. I'm hoping to see that in theaters, but I might have to wait till home video. And I'm really excited to see that as well. So thank you all for all the questions. I'm just assuming you were commenting on my thoughts on these if I was going to see them. So there you go. We got Christopher Moore's collection. What's up, Christopher? We got Kevin Kruger in the chat. Can you go to review the Crow in 4K? Absolutely. Actually, I've already filmed my Crow 4K review. And right here, guys, I have this nice 4K Steelbook from Paramount. And that review will be dropping tomorrow on the channel. So you can look forward to that. Let's see. Killer Clowns and The Crow on 4K. Damn, what a time to be alive. I know it is, isn't it? May's a stacked month. I just dropped my video, guys. My most anticipated 10 most anticipated titles in the month of May today. So go check that out. I kind of use those videos as kind of to let you guys know what I'm the most excited about, but also it's kind of like a monthly preview as well. So you can go check that out and see all the stuff that's coming out in the month of May. The highlights. I don't cover everything, but there are a lot of good stuff, though. A lot of stuff I was really excited about. It was kind of hard to narrow it down to 10. The Knuckles Show is getting a Blu-ray. Oh, that's cool. Look, because it's Paramount. Paramount cares about putting their stuff out on physical media. That's why I love Paramount. I love Paramount. No, Kevin, my big announcement is not that I'm going full-time on YouTube. I'm not to that point. I'm not to that level. Let's see. Who's ready for Maxine? Definitely. I'm excited for that movie. I liked X, but it was kind of built up and my expectations were too high and I didn't love it like everybody else did, but I really liked Pearl and I'm excited to see this continuation set in the 80s. I think that's pretty damn cool. He better be Kevin. Let's see. Umbrella just dropped out. I know, I saw that on Instagram. Oh my God, it looks so cool. That was such a good movie too. I was really high on that movie. I thought it was really good. Me and my wife reviewed it on our channel. So if you want to know my full thoughts, go check that out. But super cool edition. It's got like a TV guide like thing in there. I can't wait. I cannot wait to get that. I knew they were going to do that too, because the Umbrella, like you can tell what Umbrella is going to put out because they'll start like hyping up a specific movie. And I know sometimes it's because it's a local movie to them. Like Talk to Me was in Australia, so it made sense for Umbrella to do that movie. But you can tell, like when they start posting stuff about a movie, like they're going to do it at some point. So I was very excited. Same with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey too. I'm excited to get that second edition for the second movie. Ocean's Trilogy. To be honest, Kevin, I don't know if I'll do a full review for the Ocean's Trilogy. My schedule is kind of stacked because I got to do Killer Clowns and I got another release in from Arrow Video that I want to do. And it's hard to do the 3 movie, reviews because it takes a lot of time to go through all 3 movies. And I want to make sure I do my due diligence because if I don't watch all the movies in their entirety and all the special features and go through it with a fine tooth comb, people call me out and they say, Ken, how do you call this a review? You only watched 2.5 of the movies and yeah. I get it. That's why I might not do the review. If I got time to watch all 3, but before it's not relevant anymore, then I will. But to be honest, I was thinking because I watched the first one. I watched Ocean's 11 last night. I was thinking that I might just talk about it on the next episode of Physical Media Lives or something. But I'll review the first one, or Ocean's 11, on 4K right here now. It looked really good, really solid 4K. I thought it looked awesome. So there you go. That's a high endorsement for Ocean's 11 on 4K. Don't know how 12 and 13 look, but I imagine they look similar. But yeah, I was very impressed with Ocean's 11 on 4K. I thought it looked absolutely stunning. So there's a small little review of the Ocean's box set, which I just got in a couple of days ago. Ridiculous about Madame Web. What's up, Adrian? Ken, will you review Madame Web 4K? I will not. I did not get that release. I don't have I don't work with Sony or have a partnership with them. Not that I wouldn't like to. I just haven't reached out or figured out how to reach out to them to get stuff. But I don't know if I would have wanted to get Madame Web, if I'm being honest. If I would have got it, I definitely wouldn't have reviewed it. Ken, when will you show off your Funko Pop collection? I don't know if I have I guess I have enough to maybe do a full video. It'd probably be like 10 minutes long or something. But I mean, I could do a video like that if you guys want to see something like that. Yeah, I'm excited for that one. What's up, Lee? Hey, Ken, got my coffee ready for a great live stream. Well, thank you for being here, Justin. I appreciate it. What's your favorite movie from 1973? That would be The Exorcist, Kevin. Hands down. I'm pretty sure it has to be The Exorcist. Has to be. The Garfield movie. You just keep naming movies, Mary. Come on now. I think the limit for questions is 100. You're way past that. Party time, greetings programs. What's up, Don? Still can't get the steelbook of the Crow 4K. I hope it goes back up before it comes out. I really hope it does. Oh, I did get a super chat. I need to address this real quick from Lee the Machine Bowers. Thank you so much, Lee. 9.99 super chat. Thank you. Did you see Twister 4K steelbook coming July 9th? Okay, perfect segue. Let me go ahead and pull it up because I definitely wanted to talk about this tonight. Because as you guys know, I feel like I've been talking about Twister coming to 4K probably since my first year on the channel. Like I just really wanted it. And we've been getting rumblings and rumors of Twister coming to 4K for years now. I think I talked about it on the Physical Media Report like 2 or 3 years ago. Well, today, guys, we finally got the announcements. And it's Steelbook only right now. We don't have a slipcover, but it's Warner Brothers, so I'm sure that we will get the slip option at some point because I don't pull that stuff that Sony does. But Twister right now, guys, on groove.com, there it is. Look at that thing. Look at that thing. And I'll be and thank you so much, Lee, for the super chat again. I'll be honest, when I first saw this image this morning, I didn't love it. I was like, I don't know if I love the I don't know if I love this steelbook or not, but let me try to make this a little bit bigger, guys, so you guys can see it. But thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? I kind of like the going green aesthetic. I think the silhouettes cover art is kind of played out a little bit, so I don't love that. But I like that they feel like they know enough about the movie to incorporate the going green. It's going green. Everybody in the ground now. Uh, I like that. I think that's kind of smart. If that was intentional, I imagine that it was. So I like the artwork on it much better after I thought about it in that way. And then the inside, I mean, that's classic right there. You know, the red truck, Twister in the background, the first Twister of the movie, the big Twister of the movie anyway. Um, that's great. I like the interior artwork for sure. And it looks like it's just going to have a 4K, no Blu-ray inside, which, that's kind of the standard at this point. We can bitch about it or we can just learn to live with it. I've got the Blu-ray. I'll continue to keep the Blu-ray probably, but it still kind of sucks a little bit. But yeah, this thing is, I actually didn't know the dates until he called that out. Is it July the 9th? There's not enough information here. Actually, I think this is on, I think it's on Blu-ray.com now too. Okay, let me bring this up. And yeah, this is on Groove for $29.99. On Amazon, I think it's because it just went up for pre-order on Amazon. It's like 40. I think it's like 41 on there, which I imagine the price will come down. Amazon always does full SRP now, and then they lower it like right before it comes out. And I hate that, to be honest, because it's like, are you guys going to lower it? Are you not? And then I order it. It's almost like I'm playing a game of chicken with Amazon. And sometimes they win because with the Columbia Classic Volume 4 set, I got that for $230. A week later, they lowered it to $140. So it's like they do shit like that, and it makes me not want to pre-order from Amazon until they actually post the reasonable price. But yeah, and the good thing about Groove is if you haven't used Groove, you can use this 20% off your first order. So you could really get Twister for like $24, this steelbook right here. But really cool steelbook. I'm trying to, can I enhance this a little bit? Enhance. So I'm trying to see if there's any new special features. Okay, there's a new featurette on here, it looks like. Can you guys see that? New featurette, The Legacy of Twister, Taken by the Wind. Director Jane Debont discusses the groundbreaking film. Wow. Is that two? Is that two new special features there? The Legacy of Twister and then Taken by the Wind? That's really cool. Look, I feel like I talked about this in my review of something that I've got coming out, probably The Crow, but like you're seeing new special features on studio releases. Like it's a new trend that's popping up, and I'm digging it. And I honestly think that it coincides with the studios now figuring out that we're in the collector's age of physical media, and collectors not only like nice packaging, like steel books and fancy digibooks and all that kind of stuff, but we like our special features as well. So you're starting to see more special features on these studio releases. And because The Crow had, I think, 4 new special features on it, and then the Departed, which I reviewed last week, had a couple new special features. So we're starting to see the resurgence of special features on studio releases. Of course, the boutiques have always had them, but I'm here for it. I really am. I think it's cool. And then we got the commentary with the director. Um, and then you got some other archival stuff on here as well. So, and that's all going to be on the 4K disc since there's no Blu-ray included. So very cool. I'm super hyped for this. I think it's going to look great on 4K. I think this is a movie where the special effects absolutely hold up. Like I've watched this a few times in the past like 3 or 4 years. This is one of my favorite movies of all time, guys. It's in my top I'm not gonna say top 20. It's in my top like 30 at least. I love this movie. I've always loved this movie. So I cannot wait. And I think the effects hold up phenomenally, and I think it's going to look fantastic on 4K. But let me take this off the screen, guys. What do you guys think of Twister coming to 4K? Let me pull up Blu-ray.com real quick so I can see, because I didn't see the release date there. Let me make sure that it's going to be the July 9th release date that was mentioned. All right. So yeah, the pre-order's up on Amazon as well. Well, there's actually they got the post up on Blu-ray.com. And they got the specs, so we can go through that. All right. Let's see. Special features and technical specs. There's another look at the Steelbook. And yeah, this is coming out on July the 9th. Awesome. I cannot wait, guys. I know I've said that 100 times, but I really can't. Restored in 4K, HDR presentation of the film, and a Dolby Atmos audio track. Hell yeah, baby. Awesome. People are going to be happy about that. This movie, man, this was made for Dolby Atmos. Like, I know I don't have that full setup, but like people that are into that, the audio and have those full setups, they have to be like super happy right now. Very cool. Yeah, this thing's stacked. New special features, Dolby Atmos. Very awesome. They got the Van Halen music video on here too. Humans, Beings. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I can't wait. Yeah. I'm trying to see what people are saying about the no Dolby Vision. See, somebody's got a bitch about something. No Dolby Vision? Come on. I don't know, guys. What do you think about the no Dolby Vision? Do you think that is that a deal breaker? No Dolby Vision? I don't really care too much. As long as it's got the HDR, I think I'll be all right. It's not, I mean, Twister's not known for being like the most colorful movie in the world. So I feel like we'll be okay without Dolby Vision. Oh, we got a couple more super chats. Let me get to these real quick. Chris Fat Rabbits with a 5. Is that a €5? $5 European. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Thank you for your content. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate the support. And we got Movies with Brandon, $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Brandon. Hey, Kim, been a while. Changed the name. Used to be Youth of Truth. But I'm gonna start my own channel, so I wanted the name to be movie focused. Awesome, man. Definitely send me a message on Instagram or a link to your channel whenever you get your first video up, and I would love to subscribe and check it out. All right, let me go back and let me play all of you all a clip. I need to get new clips. I know I do. I need to get some Twister themed clips, to be honest, to carry us through the summer. But let me start off with a bang.
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Come on. What was Warner Brothers waiting for? Like, we should have got Twister like 3 years ago. But, you know, better late than never. And Lee the Machine, another $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Lee. I appreciate the support, buddy. If Twister ever gets re-released into theaters, I'm definitely going to see it. It's a must. Yeah, I would love to as well. I saw that. I was lucky enough to see that in the theaters when I was a kid. And it just blew my mind. God, I love that movie so much. Loved it. Loved it. I took that movie like so seriously too when I was a kid. I watched it over and over. I've got a short coming. It's funny because I filmed a short about Twister, so I'm not going to spoil it. I think it's going to go up in a couple of days. But I talk about Twister and like my childhood experience with it. So But I just love that movie. I remember getting it on VHS. I think I got it for my birthday, and I just freaking watched it over and over again, over and over again. Loved it. Bill Paxton was my hero in that movie. All right. But thank you, Lee. Let me play you a clip of good old Al.
She got a great ass. And you got your head all the way up it.
Yeah, buddy. All right. Well, yeah, thank you so much, Lee. I appreciate that. And we've got 194 people. Let's see if we can break 200 in the next couple of minutes. I appreciate you all being here, though, and hanging out with me on this Tuesday night at 10:26 p.m. Eastern time. All right, let's see if I can find where I was again. So we got through the Twister Steelbook. Well, let me give away a digital code real quick, guys. And I'm going to give away The Departed because I don't think I gave this away last week, and I meant to. If I did, I'm sorry. But there's The Departed 4K digital code. You got to redeem it by June 30th, 2026. God, we're already at 2026. Jesus. All right, let me find out where I was. What's up, Gus? We got Hank want me to bring back the monthly audits. We've toyed with the notion of bringing back something that is in line with the monthly audits, but it would be something different. But more to report on that later. What's up, Ken Dog? Hello to everyone in the chat. What's going on, Lutulo? How you doing, man? Only the best, Dingo Boy. Only the best for Dave. What's up, Gus? Joseph Herman says, would like to see all the classic sci-fi on 4K, like Time Machine, Mysterious Island, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Not a new crap remakes either. Who did all those? Was that Warner Brothers or Universal? Yeah, I'd like to see all that classic stuff too. The classic movies, guys, movies from the 50s, 60s, 70s, like those are really some of the best transfers, I feel like. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, we got Nothing But Wrestling here. Hey, Ken, I'm a recent subscriber and I've watched the videos where you list your favorite movies of each year, starting with 1985. Are you planning to continue that series? Nice. I'm glad you watched those videos and enjoyed it. Yeah, I would like to get back to doing that series, honestly, because I love it. And I've been doing that a little bit with like my short form stuff. I've been going back like year by year and pointing out like 10 great movies from a specific year. I've done like 3 of those shorts of that. So go check out some of my short form content. But yeah, I love doing those videos. I just love pinning down certain years and just going through all the movies in that year and talking about like 10 or 15 of them. I just think it's cool. Audio perfect. Awesome. We got Dino here. What's up? You got to level up now, Ken. I think you're way past mid-level now. Mid-level media now, more like high-end media. Not yet. I said I'd change the name to high level when I get to 100,000. That's the goal. I'm almost to 24.5. So we're hopefully within the next month at the end of May, I'll be looking at 25K, hopefully. Kenny, I'm excited for your review of Killer Goats after all 3. The Sylvester Stallone Senate. I know I got to review that thing. I gotta do a 3-part series on Killer Goats. Lee the Machine. He really is a machine with these super chats. Thank you so much, Lee the Machine Bowers. My heart goes out to anyone who was infected. And I think you're probably affected by the tornadoes recently. What was there tornadoes recently? Like recently? I know there was some. We had a warning around here. I think back in was it early March? I think it was early April. I think it was like April the 1st or 2nd or something. We had a lot of tornadoes like in the Louisville area and stuff, which I don't live there, but I live kind of in the outskirts. So yeah, I didn't know about anything recently though. But yeah, that's horrible if something bad happened. But thank you so much, Lee. I appreciate that. What's going on, Frightful Night Media? How's the Killer Cons? I haven't checked it out, man. I just got it in. I can't watch them immediately, especially when well, I got it this morning, but I had a lot of stuff going on today, so I couldn't check it out today. But I'm hoping to watch it after the stream and get a review up probably Thursday or Friday, probably Friday, realistically. Let's see, Twister's coming. What's up, Mr. Cruz? Hello from Mexico. Ruben's here. Vince is here. Your Roddy Piper video. Oh, you got a channel too, Nothing But Wrestling? I might have to check that out. Because I am a wrestling fan as well, or used to be. I know I watched WrestleMania this year, but I haven't really watched much since. All right, guys. Greetings from Plainfield, Illinois. Well, happy you could be here, Joseph. I thought Big was announced for 4K. No, that would be like really on the nose, wouldn't it? We need it, but I think Big is. Let me look. No, I can see it from here. It's Fox. Big is Fox. So good luck. Good luck with that. Oh my goodness, Gus, what are you doing down there? For Madam Web 4K. God, dang it, Gus. Quit doing that. Can I get something else? Can I get anything else other than Madam Web? And then Madam Web 4K Part 2. You son of a gun, Gus. You son of a gun. I can't do it. Thank you so much, Gus. Now I got to get freaking Madam Web on 4K. Do you expect me to review that piece of trash, Gus? Come on, man. Come on. I can't with you, Gus. This is what I'm going to do to you, Gus, for making me get Madam Web. I'm going to let Pinhead take this one away.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Yeah, that's what you get. Little Pinhead action, Gus. You son of a gun. Oh, my goodness. All right, where are we at here? I'm all behind. But thank you for the love, Gus. I appreciate it. The aluminum book. I didn't hear about that. Send you a digital code. I don't have Lisa Frankenstein. What is your favorite film series collection on Blu-ray or 4K? Damn. I love my Rambo set. That's probably top. That's probably the top. As far as like sets, I think. I can't think of it. Everything's up there. That's probably it. I mean, the Rocky collection, but it's not complete, so I can't say that. It doesn't have 5 and 6 in it. Oh God, I hope so, David. Jeez, I'm tired of talking about it. Like, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing? Why just boggles your mind, doesn't it? Like, why would you wait? Like, you're gonna wait till the 40th? Like, get Nightmare out there. Like, you're sitting on so much money. Get every movie, every single one of them. Like, why not? What are Warner Brothers doing? Again, it's 47. I'm not 47 minutes behind. Not even right now. My biggest month ever for new releases. I'm about 7 films. Crimson Peak. Yeah, it's a big month. Oh, is Star Trek 3 come out? I don't remember that. It's coming out this month. I'm so excited for Once Upon a Time in the West, though. I actually didn't pre-order it yet. I did not pre-order it. That slipcover will come though, because that's usually the Warner Brothers model. I've noticed, at least this year, that you saw the Departed Steelbook go up on Groove, and then a couple weeks later we got the slipcover. American Sniper, you saw the Steelbook go up, and then a couple weeks later we saw the slipcover. Dune, you saw the Steelbook go up. A couple weeks later we saw the slipcover. So I am about 95% sure we'll see a slipcover edition of Twister, and it'll probably look like something that nobody's happy with. Because that's Warner Brothers as well. Nice. Yeah, I was really surprised I got it as early as I did. Yeah, I cannot wait. Oh, Twisters. I want to watch it. It looks okay, but I can't say I'm super excited for it. If you're on an island, you can have the Screams Halloween collection or their Friday the 13th collection. Which one would you rather have? See, I don't have the Halloween collection. I never got that. Because that came out when I wasn't really collecting, and then that thing came and went real quick. So I had no opportunity to get it even when I got into collecting. It wasn't like Friday the 13th. It came out, and then Friday the 13th you can still get. It's been on sale recently for like 70 or 80 bucks. That collection wasn't like that. So I never got a chance to get it. But I have all the Halloweens except for the Rob Zombie ones on 4K from Scream Factory. So if you want to count those as a collection together, I would take the Friday the 13th though, because I just think those movies are more fun. Even though there's movies in the Halloween franchise that I love more than Friday the 13th. But as a whole, I think Friday the 13th movies are more fun and rewatchable. Probably not Mohawk, if I'm being honest. I'm not even exactly sure what that is. Nice. Yeah, it was a good steelbook, and it was a good transfer too. Oh, thank you, Dino. Yeah, everybody hit the like button if you haven't. There's 201 people in here. I appreciate every single one of y'all for being here tonight. Hit the like button. And I'm going to try to... What's up, Happy Optimus? I might have to jump ahead a little bit, guys, because I don't want to get too far behind. I've got all the movies that I watched this year still to go, so we're going to get into that shortly. Yeah, it's not going to be the limited edition box set. I think it's just the regular case, but still great editions either way. Like there's so much in those sets. Like it's crazy. What's going on, Foz? How you doing, man? I tried to watch The Crow. What a boring movie. My review's coming out tomorrow. I haven't seen The Crow since I was a kid, so it was interesting to rewatch. I'll say that. Devil Owls couldn't pass with the retro TV. Yeah, man, that thing looks stunning. Hell no, Mohawk. Most underrated Ben Stiller movie? Oh, geez. I'll say this one because I don't feel like anybody talks about it anymore, but it's one that me and my wife love, and we watch it. We used to watch it all the time together, but The Heartbreak Kid, I was a really big fan of that movie. I thought it was really funny, and it was a movie that I feel like people talked about for like maybe a year after it came out, and then it just went away. But we watched it probably like 3 or 4 years ago recently, and it's still funny. There's parts of it that don't hold up like they used to, but I still like that movie a lot. And I would love a 4K of it because it's set in, pretty sure it's set in Hawaii, or is it set in, where's it set in? It's set in the tropical resort part of Mexico. Cabo, is that what they call that? But the setting of that movie, it would look great in 4K. I've got the Crow 4K Steelbook pre-order, but I canceled my pre-order for Once Upon a Time in the West. I'll get it eventually when the price drops. Mayor, you chose poorly. Once Upon a Time in the West is the better movie of the two. Hi, Ken. Do you think Earthquake 1974 will get a 4K release? I think so at some point. Maybe Shout will do it. Oh God, that sounds like the worst time ever. Oh really? The 11 is sold out? Yep, I'll be doing it soon, Video Game Drum. Is he getting a 4K Steelbook, Mary? What is arguably the weakest or worst streaming service out there at the moment? I mean, my fingers are on the pulse somewhat of streaming. That's tough because there's something on all of them that I enjoy. I'll probably honestly, even though I was pretty high on it when it first came out because it had some shows that I enjoyed watching, but I just don't think the quantity is there. So there's just not enough to really dig into with the streaming service like there is some of the other ones. But Apple TV Plus, I would say, is the weakest as of right now. There's a lot of stuff on Peacock, especially if you're a wrestling fan, or maybe Paramount Plus, but I think Paramount Plus has a lot of original TV shows, and so does Apple too. But their movies, like some of their original movies, aren't the best. And I don't know. I unsubscribed to Apple, and I had no problem doing that. And I find reasons to not unsubscribe to some of the other streaming services. So I would say Apple at the moment. There's probably some other ones that are weaker that I just never got because I know there's like 1,500 streaming services now. But I'd say of the major ones, for me, it would be Apple right now. Or no, Disney Plus, because screw Disney. How about that? But Disney, even Disney, like they have so much on there to dig into with the Marvel and the Star Wars stuff and all their older movies and stuff like that. There's a lot on Disney Plus. Though, God, they're still giving you the gunky discs. They haven't cleaned those up yet. Well, look, man, you just got to get a towel and you just got to spray it and you got to wipe it off. It's no big deal. Just wipe it off. It's no big deal. Well, thank you, Nothing But Wrestling. I appreciate that. Laughing on the Bruce Willis joke. How's Killer? I haven't watched it yet, Captain Crunch. I have around 2,600 Blu-ray and 4K. Nice. That's a very good collection. Very good collection. No, I banned old Hitler last week, so I don't think I'll be seeing him back unless he starts up another account. I let that charade go on for too long, so I apologize to anybody that was offended by that. I noticed Sylvester Stallone got you the RoboCop 2 slipcover. How does it compare aesthetically to the originals? It matches up really good. I put it immediately on my RoboCop 2 back there, and it actually looks really good. I'm looking at them both right now, and matches up almost perfectly. Like, I mean, those made slipcovers are a little bit more glossy, but it still looks good. Yeah, JFK is great. I thought that was a great film. Probably not. I don't know. I don't have Batman 1989 on 4K, so I need a reason to get it. Or I do have a reason to get it, but I don't know if I'll get it right away. I feel like that'll be in stock for a little bit, so I may get it. Yeah, I love the flying cow on the back too. Well, I think we'll get one. We'll get one. Don't get it twisted. Finally watched Late Night with the Devil. It seemed inspired by Day of the Beast and The Exorcist, among others, with the heavy 70s aesthetic. I think it's one of the best movies of 2024, you mean, John? Yeah, I like that movie a lot. I really did. In fact, the more I think about it, the more I like it. They offered 25 James Bond movies in HD for, damn, are you kidding me? Yeah, that's honestly too. I'm all for physical, and the physical collection was on sale for $51 this week, which is damn good for 24 movies on physical Blu-ray. If you wanted to get that, but how could you pass up because I haven't watched the James Bond movies other than like maybe two of the old ones, and I watched all the Pierce Brosnan ones. But that's a big gap for me, so that would be a cool way for me to knock those out for $4.99 if I wanted to watch them. And hopefully they'll do 4Ks later. That's my only reluctance with getting that Blu-ray set, because it's like, well, if I buy this Blu-ray set and then they do a 4K set, I'm going to be pissed off. So I don't know. Yeah, they do. They honestly do. And it's all in what you value. But yeah, I mean, I do sometimes. I just like having the option. I only have the one well, I've got one upstairs too, but like in here, if I want to watch a movie on Blu-ray, which, if I'm going to watch a movie, it's probably going to be on 4K on my TV in there. But if I just like having the option, I like having the Blu-ray. Call me greedy, but I do. Exactly. Like that's the whole point. Like what are they doing over there? Do they not realize that Groove's over here with a lower price? Like, why are they not trying to match Groove, but they would try to match Best Buy? Like, Groove's the new Best Buy. Just pretend it's. I think it's just because not enough people know about Groove. Which I've done tons of videos on Groove. Like, enlighten yourself to Groove and don't play the Amazon game. Freaking jump on Groove and order it from them. Nice. Yeah, I haven't checked out that show yet. If you're saying it's good, maybe I'll have to. All about that bass. Yeah. Yeah. See, I felt like that at first, but then I kind of liked it. So. All right, guys. Yeah, I knew I'd get called out on how I pronounce his name. But Dubont, Yen Dubodi, is that how you pronounce it? I love him though. Like, he has two of my favorite movies of all time. And he was a cinematographer on a lot of great movies as well. But like Speed and Twister, two of my all-time favorites, and he did them. So I should learn how to pronounce his name, I know. But you guys know I'm terrible at that. And I make no apologies. Ken, what is your favorite special feature on a Blu-ray? That's tough, Adrian. I'll say the one that popped in my head first was the Bryan Cranston feature on the Alligator 4K. I thought that was such a great special feature. Is Bryan Cranston talking about Alligator for like 40 minutes and his career and how it started on Alligator. I thought it was one of the best special features I've ever seen. So I loved it because I'm such a Breaking Bad fan, and he references Robert Forster, who was in the movie, and talks about how Robert Forster was in like the second to last episode of Breaking Bad, which I thought was super cool. He was the cleaner, or the guy that hides him out. So I thought that was a great feature. So that one definitely comes to mind. Let's see. Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think it just like, how old were you when you saw it? Like, I don't know. I think nostalgia probably plays a little bit of a factor in Twister. I'm not gonna lie, but to me, it's just one of my favorite movies. I just love it. I just love it. Oh yeah, yeah. It's a really cool menu. I'll show it off briefly. One of my videos got like flagged because I showed like the whole screen, so I'm trying to just show like half screen now, but I'll show it quickly. Like, it has the circus tent on both sides, so it is a really cool screen. Another super chats. We got Mohawk Vader with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Mohawk. Kenny, you should consider purchasing the James Bond Blu-ray set. Perhaps then the curse will come into effect and we'll see them all released in 4K. Well, look, if somebody super chats me $50, actually, I don't think the sale's going on anymore, to be honest. I think it's over. So let me, I don't want to throw that out there. Yeah, I don't think it's on sale anymore. Yeah, it's back up to $88. So never mind. But yeah, I should do that. You know what movie I was thinking about ordering? I think just last night, because I'm like, I really want to watch this movie, and I just want to own it in the collection finally, because it's another one of my all-time favorite movies, is From Dusk Till Dawn. And I'm like, I'm just sick of waiting for the 4K. I don't have it on Blu-ray. I've got it on VHS tape still. It was a movie I watched all the time on VHS. I think the most recent time I watched it was on Netflix. And I've been holding out for so long because I heard the 4K was coming, and it just never comes. And so I'm just like, I just need to get the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is $8.99 right now. So I just need to bite the bullet and grab the Blu-ray From Dusk Till Dawn. And then as soon as I do, the 4K will be announced. So there we go. Yeah, we need Dante's Peak. We need Dante's Peak. Yeah, that Crybaby edition is going to be fantastic. Oh my God. All those special features. So freaking cool. So cool. All right. Let's see. Tom says, so all the people that don't buy Steelbooks are getting screwed on the Twister 4K release because this is just crap. Yeah, I mean, Tom, I did a video on that a couple of weeks ago. So I agree with you, but I don't think it's going to apply to this. I think we'll get the slipcover announcement soon. So don't freak out just yet. Yeah, Dolby Vision would have been nice, but it's not a deal breaker for me. Let's see. I saw the first Omen. It was deep under The Exorcist Believer. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever watch Exorcist Believer, to be honest. I've come this far, and I just don't care to watch it. Beetlejuice. Yeah, I thought the recent trailer looked good. That was another one I was like, why are we doing this? A sequel like 40 years later? Like, do we need this? But the Twister or the Twister, the trailer looked good. I mean, we're getting sequels to like my all-time favorite movies this year. So naturally I'm going to be a little skeptical. Twisters, Beetlejuice. So we'll see what happens. We're in the era of nostalgia. Nobody has any new ideas, at least when it comes to like big budget films. It's all IP, it's all remakes, it's all sequels to movies that came out in the 80s and the 90s. That's just the era that we're living in right now. And again, there are original ideas. They're all on the indie mid-budget level, though. What's up, Steve? Yeah, let me Those movies would look pretty good in 4K. I think the third one would look great in 4K. Yeah, that'd be cool if we got those. I think those are Warner Brothers, aren't they? Isn't Final Destination New Line Cinema? So that would be Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers just dropping the ball. They should be doing Final Destination set. They should be doing a Friday or the Nightmare on Elm Street set. Yeah, I know some people that went to go see it in the theaters, and they said it was freaking awesome. So I wish I would have got to go see it in the theaters. I just watched it on 4K a couple of weeks ago, but I would have gladly went to see it again. Such a great movie. Oh my God. Every time I watch that movie, I'm like, Jesus, it's just one of the greatest films ever made. And then I watched Aliens right after it, and I was like, this is one of the best movies ever made too. I love both of those movies. They're so good. It's a film we need on 4K. Paging Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman, you have a telephone call at the front desk. I don't know that off the top of my head, John Public. I mean, there's a lot of movies that are coming out, getting nominated for Oscars, and then we don't see them. I'd have to track down the rights and stuff for that one, but hopefully somebody puts it out. Yeah, we need all those. We need all those. Yeah, I agree. Porky's would be awesome. Yeah, purple. That was in the physical media report this week. It's getting a steelbook and a slipcover, and they both had the same artwork as well. Do Warriors look good on 4K? Absolutely. You must have missed my Warriors coverage last year. That was my number one 4K of 2023, and I did a full review on it as well. I always talk about the Warriors on 4K. It was a fantastic release. Yeah, I'm not going to go back to doing them like that again, but we were toying with the notion of something a little bit different. That's more like it. That's honestly in the era that I'm in right now. The midlife crisis era of mid-level media. So I talked about this. I'm going through a tough time right now, guys. I really am. I've got some other stuff going on that I'm not prepared to talk about just yet. But I got into a nasty car wreck last Friday on the way home from work. Somebody rear-ended the shit out of my car. I was like literally stopped at a stoplight for probably a good 15 seconds. So it wasn't like I slammed on my brakes or stopped suddenly. And I'm just sitting there waiting for it to turn green. And all of a sudden, bam, somebody smacked right into my car, moved me forward a little bit. I'm like, what the hell just happened? I haven't been rear-ended like that ever. So it kind of shook me up a little bit, to be honest, and, completely their fault and everything. But I found out today that my car is totaled and it cannot be fixed. So it's, I like that car. I liked it a lot. I still had, so much left to pay on it. So I'm hoping that I get a certain amount back from the insurance company for it. But it just sucks because I think I was like 2 years away from paying it off. And now I got to start over again with a new car. Got screwed, rear-ended, but that's life, right? But anyway, let's see. Nebraska. Again, I love your videos about cleaning and organizing your movie room. It helps give us collectors ideas for our setups as well. Yeah, I mean, speaking of that, I have done some work since my last video. My steelbooks are still on the floor, so I'm not going to do the completed video until I get a new shelf, and I don't know when that's going to be. It'll probably be a month or so from now when I do the full, but I want the room to actually be done and look nice and how I want it to before I do that video on that. So I just did the update just to let you guys know where I was, because it was like 2 months since I did my previous update. I live in Omaha, and it was wild, all good in my area, but friends were affected. Damn, I had no idea. I hope everybody's okay. Living in the Midwest classifies Twister as a horror film. Yeah. I was scared to death of tornadoes as a kid, and I didn't get the amount of tornadoes that you guys did. But also I grew up in a trailer. So I was when the Twister was coming, the tornado warnings, like we were hiding in the bathtub with blankets over our heads. So I knew I was going to die when I was like 8 or 9 of it. I was like, if a Twister hits this trailer, we're done. So an F4 tornado hit Oklahoma on Sunday. Nebraska got hit too. Damn. F4 is a powerful beast of a tornado. I just watched Carrie for the first time yesterday, maybe the greatest horror film I've ever seen, and a great 4K as well. I'm glad you loved it, man. That is one of the best horror films ever made. I love Carrie. Yeah, that 4K was outstanding. So that's cool to hear that you watched it for the first time and loved it. It does plain view. I heard it before I turned the sound down. It does play the theme. Stoked for Captain Phillips coming to 4K soon. Yeah, that got announced this week too. I'll talk about that next week on the Physical Me Report. Also, I may wait till next week to talk about it, but the Scream Shout Factory announcements came out and they announced like 15 different things. So I may do a video on that this week, or I may wait till next Monday. I haven't really decided yet. Let me scroll down a little bit, guys. Just think of the views. Nobody gonna want to watch that, Gus. Nobody's gonna want to watch that. Any horror box sets you would love announced besides Nightmare on Elm Street? That's a good question. You know what? Screw it. I know we got the first 4. But I would like a complete Hellraiser box set. I would. It would be cool. Like if they did it like the Friday the 13th set, incredible pinhead artwork, Cenobite artwork all over it. Would I watch the sequels too often, or at least the ones after the 4th one? Probably not, but it would be cool to have a complete Hellraiser collection. And Final Destination would be cool as well. I feel like there's other ones I'm thinking of, but I can't think of too many other like long running horror franchises. Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like it would be a bitch to get them all together, but that would be cool too. And put the Netflix one in there as well. Like if they could figure out the rights to get that from Netflix and do some kind of like complete Texas Chainsaw collection. That would also be cool. Probably a better answer than Hellraiser. Nice. Just woke up, watched The Crow a couple of days ago, thought it was overrated, said Paul. I feel like most people are like, that's a great movie. That's one of the most important movies to me from my childhood or early adult years. I love it and I'll always love it. There's people in that camp, and then there's people in this is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. So the Crow opinion, like fragments everywhere. I'll be giving my opinion on it tomorrow, though. Let's see. All right, guys, gonna have to skip ahead. I have seen Fire in the Sky. I liked it. I reviewed it on the channel, Kevin. Metal books. I don't think so, Cowbunga, dude. If I ever saw them, I probably didn't collect back then. There was a time where I didn't buy steel books and stuff. Did get another super chat from Mohawk Vader. Or no, here it is. Kenny sent you an Amazon gift card to your Yahoo email. It's not fake, so please check your spam folder or any other filters just now. Well, thank you, Mohawk. I appreciate that. Mohawk sent me a Blu-ray to unbox, and my freaking post office lost it. So hopefully you got a refund on that, but I will definitely use that gift card to buy what you sent to me, and then I'll do the unboxing like you sent it to me. So I appreciate that, man. Because that movie, like I would love on Blu-ray. Absolutely love on Blu-ray. So thank you. Any news on Godzilla -1? I talked about that on a live stream a couple of weeks ago, Don. It's coming out in Japan at some point pretty soon, I think in May. So I'm hoping we hear an announcement for it. But I have a feeling it's going to be one of those things where we have to wait like a year. So I don't know if we're going to get it this year. It might be, well, we might get it December, we might get it January. Do you have a VHS player? I would love to order that late night set, but don't have one. Is that a VHS set? I didn't even notice that, Mike. Is that VHS only? I guess I could bring up no, there's a Blu-ray in there. But I do see the VHS too. No, I don't have a VHS player. It's something I've been meaning to get for the longest time. That movie would be cool to watch on VHS though. It really would. So I might get one just for that movie. I need to have one before I get it. That's awesome. Dude, I would love it if that got a 4K VSU. Are you kidding me? Paramount Plus is the worst. Yeah. See, I don't use Paramount Plus too much. I like them okay. I don't love them. Victor Crowley, I thought was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So, but I like the first couple Hatchet movies at least, from what I remember. Oh, I couldn't disagree more, Scaps. I love the pacing of that movie. I think it's excellent. By the time you get to the end, it's like it's all worth it. All worth it. And a lot of people calling out Paramount Plus. Yeah, it could just be ignorance on my part. I don't have Paramount Plus and I just don't use it a lot. So um yeah. Amazon's got good stuff though on it, like good original content and their movie selections like crazy. Like Amazon Prime has a shit ton of movies on there. Um Plus I just finished Fallout tonight and I really enjoy Fallout a lot. So I think Amazon Prime has a lot of good stuff. Yeah, like I said, I was pretty high on Apple TV for a while, and then I just kind of fell off of it. It's just one that I canceled, and I haven't really found an excuse to get back to. I was going to ask if you ever wear white T-shirts, but you're wearing one in the Do We Need Comedies and 4K video. It's very rare. It is very rare, and I got that shirt from Umbrella, so I don't buy white T-shirts too often. But I felt like that shirt. I liked the way it fit on me, and the way it wore, and the way it looked. So maybe I'll wear more in the future. Oh, that sucks to hear, Joseph. But that's why we need stuff to come out at home, you know. Oh, it's Brosnan for me, man. That's the Bond of my childhood. So I mean, he's just when I think of James Bond, I think of Pierce Brosnan. I never got into the Daniel Craig movies. Um, they just seem too like rough and realistic. Like I didn't like my Bond like that. I do need to revisit them. I'm sure they're great movies. I only watched Casino Royale and I haven't watched any of the other ones. But I don't know. I watched Casino Royale and I'm like, I don't like this Bond. I like my Bond a little bit more like Daniel Craig. And a little bit more, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. A little bit more lighthearted, a little bit more silly, I guess. Not silly, but like a little bit more tongue in cheek. I don't know. More unrealistic, I guess. I like The World Ends With You with is that the one with Denise Richards? I like that kind of stuff. The one-liners, the silly stuff. I like that. Yeah, I've seen Dr. No. That's the only one of his I've seen. I talked about it before, Josh. I just think that Fincher didn't like the 4K, but I've heard some people say that they screened it somewhere. I think he wants to go back in and change it. I just don't think he's a fan of the 4K. That's what I think it is. Nice, Douglas. Glad you're here, man. I need to check that out, Jason. Would you buy a movie you know you don't like if the packaging is amazing? Would you pass on a movie you love if the packaging is awful? It depends. It depends on a lot of things. Do I already own the movie that I love in some capacity? Like if it's a movie I love and the packaging's awful and it's on 4K for the first time, then I'll probably buy it because I just want to see the movie on 4K. If it's a movie I already have on 4K and they're just releasing a different type of packaging and I already have it on 4K, then I probably won't get it. That I know I don't like. I want to say no. I want to say no because there's a great box set package release that's an A24 site exclusive of Midsummer, and I never got it because I don't really like that movie that much. And if they did a Bubba Hotep special box set edition, I probably wouldn't get it. So I feel like I wouldn't. Not for a movie that I just don't like. at all, and I know I don't like. I buy plenty of box sets of movies that I've never seen, and then I watch it and I'm like, this really wasn't all that great. That happens, but yeah. What's up, Frank? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. We got Jordo's Video Village here. What's up going on, Jordo? Hey, Ken and everyone. It does. I've talked about that one before. I'll be honest with you, Ken. If Bond 1 through 20 was coming to 4K, it would have happened for the 60th anniversary. We are years away from the next movie, and I doubt they'll get a 4K release then. I'm just hoping, man. I mean, it's owned by Amazon, right? Amazon, MGM, and Warner Brothers usually puts their stuff out. So I guess we would be at the mercy of Warner Brothers. And we all know how good they are at putting out box sets of popular franchises. So you're probably right. We probably won't get it until they do another Bond movie. I just want the Brosnan ones, to be honest. Like I want Goldeneye on 4K. I want The World Is Not Enough on 4K. Tomorrow Never Dies. What's the one with Michelle Yeoh? I forget that one. Is that The World Is Not Enough? Tomorrow Never Dies. I get Tomorrow Never Dies and the one with Halle Berry. I think Tomorrow Never Dies is the one with Michelle Yeoh, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Well, what's the one with Halle Berry? This is going to bother me if I don't figure this out. The World Is Not Enough. Tomorrow Never Dies. Goldeneye. Die Another Day. There we go. Die Another Day. That's the one. Yeah, I love all those movies. Love them. I know you are, Frank. Well, I got to do it now because Gus is going to make me buy the damn 4K. Enemy at the Gates. Oh, really? That's crazy. Yeah, that's why I'm only showing half the screen. Ken, do you like any other John Waters movies? Ken, I'm a big fan of Female Troll. I haven't seen enough John Waters, Jordo. I've only seen Crybaby and Pecker. I remember watching Pecker when I was younger. Dude, you are way behind on the comments. I'm not that far. I'm like 19 minutes behind right now, which is actually pretty good for me. I appreciate everybody being here. Everybody's asking such great questions. What's up, Steelbook Obsessed? How you doing? Just finished watching Hellraiser. I saw on Letterboxd that you loved it. I'm looking for a reason to buy that Arrow video set. Are the sequels any good? Did you like the first one, Jake? If you like the first one a lot, you'll like the second one a lot because it's a direct continuation of the first one and it kind of lives in the same world. The third one is way different in tone. It's more like a 90s slasher film. But I enjoy it for what it is. It's not my favorite, but I enjoy it. Pinhead's got some fun one-liners and stuff in it. He's more like a slasher villain in that one than anything. The fourth one is pretty damn cool. I like the fourth one a lot. It's kind of acts as a prequel. Kind of takes you back through the origins of the box. So if that sounds good to you, and then there's some space stuff because it's the fourth one. They have to go to space at some point. And I think it's pretty cool. I like Bloodline a lot. So for me, the third one's the weakest one of the four, but it's still fun. I think, yeah, all four of them are completely watchable. But I think 1 and 2 are like masterpieces of the genre. I love those movies. They're some of my favorite horror movies of all time. So I'd recommend it. Regarding Shaq and Friday, yeah, for sure. I appreciate that, Happy Optimist. We do need more young people in this hobby for sure. Somebody's got to carry this on, into the future. What's up, Mel? My Killer Podcast in the chat. Hope you're doing well, Mel. Thank you for being here. Yeah, we do need Pee-wees as well. Yeah, to do it, Mel says hit the like button. I've got 2 more digital codes to give away. I've got the digital code for The Crow on 4K, and I've got the digital code for the Oceans trilogy. So let's see where we're at right now, because that was about 20 minutes ago that she said we were at almost at 100. If we can get to 150, I will give away the next code. Is that too much? Is 150 asking too much? I'm at 113. I think 37 people liked the video. There's 219 people in here. So I think that's perfectly reasonable. We get to 150 and I'll give away the next code. Hit those like buttons. I did. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Is that A24? I didn't even know Zone of Interest was A24. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I'm good. I mean, my lower back was hurting all last Friday, like really bad. So I can't tell if the rec did anything to me or not. It didn't do anything to my neck or nothing. My lower back like continues to hurt this week, so maybe it didn't do me any favors. But yeah, I'm okay. Like I wasn't injured on the spot or anything. But it is nerve wracking, and it makes me like very paranoid now on the roads because I'm always looking behind me. You gonna run into me, you mother fricker? Because I'm driving. I got my rental car today, so now I'm in a rental car, and I got to start looking for a new car. But I'm waiting till I figure out how much money I'm gonna get to go looking for a new car, and it's just a crap show. It's just a crap show, a shit show. I'll just go ahead and say shit show. That's what it is. But it was a great start to my weekend. It really was. I mean, it's Disney, bro. I mean that. Hopefully Sony saves us. You know, that's all I can say at this point. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you all. I'm realizing now I'm getting to the point where I talked about my accident. They did have insurance. They did have insurance. And I didn't have a ride because my car got towed. So I asked the cop to take me home. So I got to ride in the back of a cop car for the first time because I've never been arrested. So that was pretty cool. I felt a little awkward driving into my subdivision in a cop car and he let me out. What are the neighbors thinking? But yeah, I'm good. They had insurance and it just sucks because I'm screwed either way. You know, it's like I'm not gonna be able to pay off my car and then get a new car and have that paid off to be where I was with that car. You know, I'm a person that doesn't switch cars like every 5 years. Like when I get a new vehicle, I hold on to that sucker for like 10 years. So that's what I was planning to do with this car. When I paid it off, then I just wouldn't have a car payment. And it was a good car and I didn't drive it a ton. I think it only had like 42,000 miles on it. And I've had the thing for like 4 years. I don't drive a ton. I'm very close to work. So it just sucks. Because I could have drove that car for another 10 to 12 years. I mean, and my son is getting ready to drive in 2 years. Like he's gonna be 14 this summer. Like I was planning on giving that car to him. So it just it sucks. So it is. I mean, that's always the most important thing. But yeah. I mean, that was my first question when the cops came up to me. I was like, "Are they okay back there?" Because like they hit the crap out of me. And I was honestly like scared that something happened to them because their car was screwed, like just folded in like an accordion. It looked like from the front. But yeah, I had a Ford Fusion. I can't even remember. It was a Ford Fusion, but it was a hybrid as well. And it was 2018. I got it in 2020. I got it like I think a couple of months after the pandemic. So yeah. It's the car I've done all my Blu-ray hunts in, guys. It sucks. So nostalgic. Oh my goodness. How many Blu-rays do I own? A lot. I haven't done the counts. I honestly, after watching those recently, I don't care. I really don't. The third one will look like shit on 4K. That CGI they use with the alien. Oh my god. And I thought the fourth one was like a sci-fi original movie. Like, it just sucks so bad. I hated Sigourney Weaver in it. I don't ever want to watch those movies again. So I don't even care if they get a 4K, if I'm being honest. And I've said before, like, I like everything to get a 4K, but those can go without. Like, I don't care. I would take a 4K of Alien versus Predator before I would take a 4K of either one of those. Those movies were a shit show. I did not like those movies, especially after watching the first one and the second one, and then I jumped into the third one. Oh my God. Such a steep drop off. Jeez. Oh. Oh, very cool. Came out in Japan already? Nice. I'm glad you all got it. That's right. That's right. But it should only be like what, 2 releases are going to announce tomorrow? Because they've already announced 4 of the May releases. And then all the partner label stuff they'll announce also. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to talk about it, but can't say I'm a big fan. She does. She does. Once Upon a Time in the West is among the best movies ever made, regardless of genre. I'm glad to be getting. Yeah, I feel the same, man. I'm so glad that when I started up Western Month, like I always talk about Western Month, guys, but it's one of the funnest parts of the channel that I've ever had in the channel. Everybody recommended that movie. And I was like, what is this movie? I've never really heard of this. It's like almost 3 hours long. I don't know if I got time to watch this. And I just buckled down and watched it one night on Hulu, I think, because I still don't own it in the collection because I was hoping a 4K would come. And I think the rumblings of the 4K has been going on for about 2 years now. But I watched it on Hulu and I was like, oh my God, like just the music, the Ennio Morricone score. Charles Bronson is freaking fantastic. Henry Fonda's fantastic. The girl that I can't ever remember her damn name, she's awesome. Jason Robards is in it, right? He's great. I think I got his name right. Damn, I love that movie. So freaking good. Like the whole like final like 20 minutes, it's like just masterpiece, masterful storytelling. Everything just builds to that crescendo, and I love it. So good. Yeah, I want to watch them all at some point because I feel like it's just a big gap I need to address. The Terminator, Kevin, come on now. John Wick ain't got nothing on the Terminator. It'll come, C-Rad. They always do the Steelbook first on Groove, and then the slipcover will come probably next week. So I got that doesn't even have a Blu-ray. No, I've got it on DVD. I watched that on Western Month, and I might have to revisit that one. Maybe I wasn't in the right mood when I watched it. It's a very long movie too. It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes, but that was incredibly slow to me. It finally has a payoff when you get towards the end, but I didn't love that one like I was hoping to because everybody was hyping that one up too. No, I wouldn't put it as first. Maybe. I don't know. I have to think about it. All right, guys, we're going to go through the movies I watched this year momentarily. Well, thank you for being here, Mick K. I don't know. I mean, that's a Vestron video release. I honestly don't know. Like, I feel like Vestron might jump into 4K at some points. And it feels like they would go back and start upgrading stuff like Little Monsters and The Gate and all the stuff they've been doing steelbooks for. I don't know. It's possible. I think it's possible. I wouldn't put it out of the question. But yeah. I did talk about it, Mel. I didn't like it at first. But I like the green aesthetic because it matches the going green, when the twisters come and the clouds go green and stuff. So I like that. I like that attention to detail. But I'm not a huge fan of the silhouette artwork. I just think that too many studios and labels do it, and it's just kind of overplayed for me at this point. We did get a super chat from Broke Brad, $5. What about Lonesome Dove 4K? Is that a TV show? If that's a TV show, I would probably say no, because they just don't do a ton of TV shows on 4K because it's very expensive. But if it's a movie, which I am seeing a movie, Lonesome Dove. Yeah, if you're talking about, I thought Lonesome Dove was a TV show. Oh my God, Mill Creek put out a Blu-ray of Lonesome Dove, 2015. It's going for $78 right now. So let me see if there's any other editions. There's a Steelbook. Anybody put this out other than Mill Creek? Mill Creek did the Steelbook in 2019, and Genius Entertainment did it in 2008. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who owns the rights to this movie. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Let me check it real quick. Since you super chatted. And I'll tell you how likely it is. Oh, it is a TV series too. Lonesome Dove. But if you're talking about the TV series, that's very unlikely because, I mean, we don't even have a 4K of Breaking Bad. That's one of the greatest shows of all time. If I'm thinking of like 4Ks and TV series, like what do we got? We got Game of Thrones. I think they did Westworld in 4K, but I could be wrong. And like that's it, isn't it? Like what else have they done in 4K as far as like TV shows? It just doesn't happen very often. I'm sure there's something else. I mean, House of Dragon, but again, that's also Game of Thrones. Seems to be all the HBO shows. Lonesome Dove. I'm trying to find out. I'm seeing the miniseries on here. Producers, production companies, Motown Productions. Yeah, I can't find a concrete. Yeah. I mean, maybe the movie, but I don't see the TV series happening. Just my opinion, though. But thank you, Broke Brad, for the $5 super chat. Oh, yeah, the cop pretty much confirmed that for me. He was like, yeah, they were 100% on their cell phone. Like, there's no way that you couldn't be. Like, you would have to be, like, straight up not paying attention at all. Like, at all. They just plowed into me. I didn't hear a break. There was no break at all. Just straight into the back of me. Scared the shit out of me. I'll be honest. Yeah, it would. It would. I mean, there's some scenes that would probably look good, but there's a really good shot in that film though, where the alien's like right up in Ripley's face. She's like looking against the wall. Like that's a great shot. That would probably look great in 4K. Outside of that, like that's it. I haven't watched it yet, Jill. I need to. Change your mind about Harrison Ford? Like, what do you got against Harrison Ford, Beetlejuice? Come on now. What is this? Witness is phenomenal. The Fugitive is phenomenal. If you want to see him in more of a lighthearted, fun role that's not Indiana Jones or Star Wars, watch 6 Days, 7 Nights. He's great in that, and Heche is in that as well. And I think it's a really fun, kind of a Romancing the Stone type rom-com adventure movie. And I've always loved that movie. I think I saw it in the drive-in when I was a kid. But watch Witness. That's one of the best movies I've seen of his. Oh, I know, right? Good point. Which I stopped filming. I don't film. I used to film when I drive. I did. But it was always in my little like stand when I was doing it. Yeah. That would have been something to film though and get caught on video. I could have seen the back of the car, could have seen him coming right into me. I agree, Jason. Like I will say in Alien 3, she still felt like Ripley. Sigourney still felt like Ripley. But in Alien 4, I know she wasn't Ripley. Sorry if you haven't seen it, guys. Spoiler, but I know she wasn't Ripley in that movie. But like that performance was just she's playing basketball and stuff. I'm like, what is this fucking movie? Like, oh my God. And I had seen it before a long time ago, but I was like, I didn't return to this movie for a reason. These are horrible. Oh my God. There we go. Claudia Cardinelli. Yeah, she was fantastic. Fantastic. All right, guys, we're at 11:26, and did you ever decorate your movie shelves with anything else? Action figures? Yeah, I did back in the day, Christian. But I've gotten so many box sets and movies and stuff, and I had to find some place to put those. Because on top of the shelves, like back in the day, it used to be Funko Pops. I used to have a shelf with all the Toonie Terrors on top of it. And yeah, a lot more when I didn't have all the box sets, I had much more um a lot more toys and stuff on top, a lot more action figures and things. Westworld's collect. Yeah, Stranger Things 1 and 2 did have 4Ks as well. Castle Rock. Yeah, but it's very few and far between. Um, oh, damn, John. I'm very sorry to hear that, man. Very sorry to hear that. The big announcement was Twister on 4K, John. I'm excited for it. But that sucks, man. I'm sorry. 6 Days, 7 Nights. It is a good one. It's a fun one. It needs a Blu-ray still, too. I've got a bootleg of it, actually. What's going on, Smirky? I don't know if we'll get one a Swim Fan. Hand That Rocks the Cradle does have a Blu-ray, but Swim Fan I really enjoyed. I saw that in the theaters. I'm kind of sentimental about the movie just because I remember just getting my license and I was like driving myself to the theaters. And among the first movies I drove myself and my friends to see in the theaters were Triple X with Vin Diesel, Serving Sarah with Matthew Perry and Elizabeth Hurley, and Swim Fam. I remember seeing those like within a few weeks of each other. Drove me and my friends to go see those movies. All right, guys, let's dive into my Letterboxd, and I wanted to go over all the movies I've watched this year so far, just briefly. I'm not going to talk too much about every single movie because I'll be here all night. But I thought it'd be fun to kind of go back and go over all the movies I've watched this year so far. I would like to do these by the month, but I just never remember to do stuff like this. But I feel like I've definitely watched over 100 movies this year so far. And I would say April was my lowest month. I think I only watched like 15 or 16. But in January, I watched almost 50. In February, I watched about 40. In March, I watched about 40. So I have to be like almost to 150, I would say, at this point in the year. Which Letterboxd would probably tell me that. But let me present this to you all. And I know in December I watched like 50, but yeah, I'll have to start at the bottom and then we'll scroll up. Can you guys see that? Am I in the right spots? And yeah, I'll just do a brief overview of everything. If it was a boutique label that I watched that I didn't really talk about on the channel, then I'll give a brief review of that. But right at the beginning of the year on January the 1st, and these dates are never right, guys. They're never right. Because what I'll do is I'll get behind and then I'll just like spam review on Letterboxd. And I like to actually write a couple of sentences, if that's for each movie, like a little review. And I don't always do that. But I try to keep up with at least my movie watches on here so I know what I've watched when I get towards the end of the year. It helps when you're trying to make lists and stuff like that. But on January the 1st, I watched Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I gave that a 4 stars. I must have really liked that movie. I don't remember liking it that much, but I guess I did. I gave it 4 stars. Then I watched King on Screen. I actually really liked that documentary. I thought it was pretty informative, and I enjoyed it. That was 4.5 stars for that. And then I jumped into the Savage Guns box set, and I watched I Want Him Dead, which I'll be honest, I can't remember specifically what that was about. I just know I liked it a lot. I gave it 3.5 stars. Varsity Blues, I love that movie. Gave it 4 stars. El Puro was another movie in the Savage Guns box set. Gave that 3 stars. Must not like that as much. Wrath of the Winds, that was a good one. I do remember that one. That was 4 stars. 4 of the Apocalypse was 4 stars. So I really like those two. The Creator we watched, me and my wife, which I don't think we reviewed that on the channel, but I gave that 3.5 stars. Thought it was pretty good. I didn't love it. I had some story issues, but like the effects were amazing and it looked great in 4K. And there was like a battle sequence towards the end that I thought was really stunning. Trading Places I watched, gave it 3.5 stars. Thought it was a really good looking 4K. Past Lives was one that everybody was gushing about, and I thought it was okay. I gave it 3.5 stars. Gran Turismo, really enjoyed that, 4 stars. I watched the FP, which was just goofy as shit. That set that came out from Umbrella, there's like 4 movies in it. Gave that 3 stars. And this is all January, guys, that I'm covering. I'll let you know when I get into a new month. Watched the first Prophecy movie with Christopher Walken. Gave that 3 stars. I thought it was okay. I think the best part about the movie was when Viggo Mortensen came in as the devil. I thought he was great, but all the other stuff was just okay. Lord of Illusions was fine. 3 stars for that. FP2 Beats of Rage was so ridiculous, but just a lot of fun. That was 3 stars. Thinner, I gave 3.5 stars. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I mean, I've seen Thinner a lot in my life, but it was my first time watching it since I was a kid. Reviewed that one on the channel though. Still a Michael J. Fox movie. I gave 5 stars. That was the Michael J. Fox documentary, and that was on Apple actually, because I think we got Apple for. I don't know what we got Apple for. I can't remember what the hell we watched on Apple. But we got it for Killers of a Flower Moon, I think, of the Flower Moon, and maybe like a free trial or something. And then I watched the Michael J. Fox documentary because it came out the year before, and I missed it because I didn't have Apple TV. But I love this documentary. I love the way it was edited. I thought it was super cool and unique, and I just love Michael J. Fox so much. I thought that was a really fun documentary. Society of the Snow. I gave 4 stars. I enjoyed that. Killers of the Flower Moon, I gave 4 stars. I enjoyed that movie. The Awakening of the Beast, which is a Coffin Joe movie, 2.5 stars. Fall of the House of Usher. I must have finished that this year because I think we started that in 2023. But it was available. Some TV shows, like if they're a limited series, will be available on Letterboxd, but they don't put all the TV shows on there. So I counted this as a movie because it let me. So that's 4 stars for that. I thought that was a really good show. It wasn't up there with Midnight Mass as far as Mike Flanagan shows or Haunting of Hill House, but I thought it was really solid. I liked it. It kind of felt like a horror version of Succession a little bit. At Midnight, I'll Take Your Soul I watched, and that was 3 stars. I got Mean Streets on here, 4.5. That's grown into one of my favorite Scorsese films. I love that movie. The Facts of Murder, 3.5 stars. Really enjoyed that. It's an Italian crime film. Radiance I can't talk, guys. Radiance Films put that out. And I watched Suitable Flesh. I didn't like that at all. I gave that a 1.5. I thought that was incredibly generic. I just didn't enjoy it. Felt like a Lifetime movie or something. Cutting Class, I gave 3 stars. Really fun, 80s slasher film with Brad Pitt in it. It was a good time. Conan the Barbarian, I gave 4 stars to. Really enjoyed that movie. What a great 4K. What a great set. Conan the Destroyer, I gave 3.5 stars to. Really enjoyed the movie as well. Cries in the Night, which I think is Funeral Home, just has a different name. I gave 3 stars to. I thought that was pretty boring, if I'm being honest. I didn't love it. But I gave it 3 stars, so it must not have been like too bad. Then we had The Raid. I gave 4 stars to. Great action movie. I think I have to scroll back. Let me go down. Oh my goodness, so much more in January. Yeah, I watched a ton in January. I came out of the gate swinging. The Hunger Games, Catching Fire. We watched that with the kids, and it's okay. Yeah, I gave it 3.5 stars. I'm not the biggest Hunger Games fan in the world. Dumb Money was a really solid movie about that whole GameStop uh, Robin Hood stocks story from a few years ago. It was pretty good. 3.5 stars. American Nightmare was a docu-series on Netflix. I think it was like 3 parts. That was a pretty interesting one. But one I also found to be a little predictable. But that was 3.5 stars. High Tension was 4 stars. Watched the second site. Really enjoyed that. The Curse. The Curse, I think, is on Paramount. I think The Curse was on Paramount Plus. That's the one with Emma Stone. It's got one of the Safdie brothers in it. That show was like freaking awesome. Like it was so like uncomfortable and awkward the whole way. The ending, like the last episode, just like freaking blew my mind. So I gave that a 4.5 stars. I love that series. Highly recommended. If you didn't watch The Curse and you just like real cringy, awkward stuff, it's up there. But Emma Stone, like people talk about her in Poor Things. She won the Oscar for Best Actress, but I think her performance in The Curse was better. I thought she was great in that show. She should win some kind of Emmy for it. Unlawful Entry, 4 stars. Love that movie. Jennifer 8. I wasn't too into that one. Gave it 2.5. I thought it was very boring. It was a very boring thriller. It didn't really thrill me all that much. Listen to the Light, the Making of Brain Damage. So I watched Brain Damage, gave it 3.5. Watched the documentary, gave it a 3.5. I think I talked about that with Jake on Steelbook Obsessed channel. So I watched both of those for that conversation we had. So go check that out if you haven't. Carrie is a 5-star movie. I mean, it's one of the best movies of all time. It's my favorite Brian De Palma movie. So yeah, 5 stars for Carrie. But that's January, guys. Let me check the likes real quick. And because I might be giving away that digital code if we got up to 150, like I'm hoping we did. All right. Yeah, somebody said Showtime. We're 1 like away. Well, now we're 151. Okay. Well, let me give away the Oceans trilogy. The Oceans trilogy. I think you get all 4 in this one. Or all 3. Sorry, guys. All 3 Oceans movies. What a deal, right? So there you go. And I'm going to make you all get me to 170. 170 likes, and I'll give away the Crow on 4K. Let's see. Yeah, What Lies Beneath is a great one too. All right, let me bring this back up. Hope you guys can see this okay. All right, let's jump into February. I watched Kindergarten Cop. Love that movie. Classic from my childhood, 4 stars. The Boogans, I did not like, 2.5 stars. Murphy's War was a cool Arrow Video wartime movie with some good flight sequences in it. I enjoyed that one. 3.5 for that. Blood Feast was surprisingly not terrible. I thought it was going to be worse than what it was. I give that a 3 stars. It was kind of a throwback to like Hostel and the Saw movies, kind of like torture porn based, but it was a good time. And Decent Proposal with Demi Moore and Woody Allen, not Woody Allen, Woody Harrelson and Robert Redford. It started off really good, but I didn't like the direction it went into. And by the time we got to the end, I was just like, this is so like unrealistic and sappy and corny. And I just didn't like the way it ended. So that honestly took it down probably 0.5 star for me. But I enjoyed it though, 3.5 stars. Footloose, 3.5 stars. I like that a lot better rewatching that than I did the first time I watched it. Really good movie, great soundtrack. Career Opportunities, I thought was pretty good. 3 stars, mostly for nostalgia and stuff. I like how they showed off Target and all the items in that. I thought that was pretty fun. And Jennifer Connelly in that movie looks great. Secret Admirer, I gave that 3.5 stars. That was a really fun movie. Like I enjoyed that a lot. Like I recommend that Kino Blu-ray release for sure. Really fun movie. Lori Loughlin's in it, and Kelly Preston and C. Thomas Howell and Fred Ward's in the movie. Dee Wallace in the movie. It's got a great cast, and I haven't really heard. I hadn't really heard of the movie before. Like I don't feel like it. I feel like it was just as good, if not better, than half of the John Hughes movies that came out around that time. Like I would rather rewatch that than like Pretty in Pink or 16 Candles. I don't love those movies. It's not better than Weird Science or The Breakfast Club, but I thought it was a really fun, like teen romance comedy movie with some really funny parts. Like Fred Ward's hilarious in the movie. So I love Secret Admirer. That was a really good one. 3.5 stars. Fear is the Key was a really fun movie too. That was another cool Arrow video release. 3.5 stars for that. Little Darlings, love that movie. 4 stars. Evil Laugh was a Vinegar Syndrome watch, and I gave that 3 stars. It was a slasher film, but I thought it was just unique enough. I thought the killer was just unique enough to put the movie over the top for me. And I watched the documentary too, and that made me like the movie a little bit more, as tends to happen. Suncoast. That was me and my wife watched that, I think on Hulu or something. That was just a really sad, depressing movie. But I gave it 3.5 stars. It wasn't a bad movie, but it was just depressing. Starman, I gave 4 stars. That's a John Carpenter movie that I think is overlooked and really, really great. Overlooked because it's not a horror movie or an action movie. It's more of like a sci-fi romance, but that 4K was incredible. And I really like that movie now. Not that I didn't like it before, but it moved up for me for sure. Karen Allen, Jeff Bridges are both excellent in the movie. Whiplash, I watched that. I got like sick and I just wanted to watch some comfort movies, so I watched Whiplash. That's a comfort movie for me. 5 stars, best movie of the 2010s to me. Red Rock West, I watched that cinematography release and I gave that 4 stars. Really enjoyed that. And then I jumped into the John Dahl filmography and watched Kill Me Again, which he did in 1989. And I thought that was a really good thriller. And The Last Seduction I watched as well. 3.5 stars for that. Really good thriller. But neither one of those were as good as Red Rock West. I watched Valentine because it was Valentine's Day. So 3 stars for that. That's a classic slasher from the 2000s that I really enjoy. Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story. I watched that Steelbook that I got, and I was like, God, this is so much funnier than I remember it. I remember it being good, but the movie ages so well. It's still hilarious. It's still a great commentary on like the music biopic or spoof of it. So I thought the movie was so funny, and I gave it a 4 stars. Bruce Almighty, that's one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies, so that's a 4 stars. His Girl Friday, this is when I dived into the Sony Columbia Classics Volume 4 set. 3.5 stars for that. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? I gave 4 stars. Really enjoyed that. Kramer versus Kramer, 3.5 stars. I thought that was going to be something a little different than what it was. And I can't say I enjoyed it all that much, but it was a good movie. Leviathan, 3.5 stars. That was a really good creature feature. Then the documentary Leviathan, Monster Melting Pot for 3 stars. I realized that some of those documentaries will be on Letterboxd that is on the actual release. So I've started to log those as movies, and it's upping my movie count because you can count documentaries and making ofs as movies, right? I think that's fair. But not all the documentaries are on here. Some of the more recent ones, it seems like they don't add. Dark Man, I gave 3 stars. I didn't love that. I remembered it more fondly from my childhood for sure, but it's okay. Beverly Hills Cop 3, I gave 3.5 stars. I actually did enjoy Beverly Hills Cop 3. It's not great, but you know what? I'm not too high on the first one, and I think the second one's probably the best of the 3 for me, but the third one is, I don't know, I thought it was better than most people are making it out to be. Thanksgiving, we watched that on Netflix, and I enjoyed that. That was a fun slasher film. 3.5 stars. The Animal with Rob Schneider. It's not the best comedy ever made or the best movie ever made, but I think it's hilarious. So I gave that 3 stars. Bridesmaids, I think me and my wife watched that, rewatched that. 3.5 stars for that. That was a movie where Bridesmaids, where it was on streaming, and we were going to watch it on streaming because we were just flipping through the streaming channels. and we hit Bridesmaids, and you're like, "You want to watch this?" Yeah, it's been a while. And I'm like, you know what? I got this on physical, and I haven't watched the Blu-ray yet. I was like, so let me go get that and pop that in. And my wife let me go do it. So I got to watch that on Blu-ray, even though it was on streaming, because I wanted to watch it on physical. Suspiria, I rewatched when I was doing my best 4Ks of the 70s. That's a 4-star movie. Really, really love Suspiria. Then the documentary I watched as well and logged that 3.5 stars for that. Apocalypse Now, I gave 5 stars. That's a really great movie. Really great movie. Now, going forward, when I watch Apocalypse Now, I'll watch the theatrical cut. I probably won't watch the final cut again because I don't like all the plantation stuff. I'd rather just get to the Marlon Brando part. But great movie. Love Apocalypse Now. Hearts of Darkness, I watched that documentary, 4 stars for that. Really interesting documentary on the making of such a troubled production, and they go into all of it. Wonka, I watched on 4K, gave 3.5 stars. I enjoyed that. It was definitely better than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory for me. VHS 85, I did not like that much. I gave that 2.5. I really didn't like it. Probably the weakest VHS for me. I would maybe put it behind Viral. It just was not. It didn't feel in line with the other ones tonally. We got Saw X. I was not a fan of Saw X. I'm not a huge Saw fan in general, but I would go as far as say that Saw X is my least favorite of the franchise. I just really didn't like it. So 2.5 star for that. I know everybody loves that. All right, we jump into March. The Horrible Dr. Hitchcock. I watched that, gave that 3.5. Spaceman. That was the Adam Sandler movie. I guess I've watched more 2024 movies than I thought. 3.5 stars for that. I enjoyed that, but that was very slow and I don't know what I'm trying to say. Very slow and emotional in some parts. Very abstract. Get you thinking. Get you in tune with yourself and what's going on inside your head. That kind of movie. Dragon Hearts. I like that movie a lot. It's very cheesy, but 3.5 stars for that. And let's go back to number 1. Finishing up March. Monkey Shines. Gave that 3 stars. It was okay. I actually like the documentary a little bit better. 3.5 stars for that. Hardcore, like, I don't know why I gave that 4.5 stars. Honestly, I should have bumped that up to 5 stars. Can I do that right here? I think I will. Hardcore should be 5 stars. I thought that was a great movie. Stigmata, I gave 3 stars to. It was okay. Phase 4 was okay, 3 stars. Dune, I rewatched Dune and really enjoyed my rewatch of it, 4 stars. The Shootist with John Wayne, I really thought that was excellent, 4 stars. Dark Water, 3.5 stars. Really enjoyed that. I was going to review that or do a short about it, but it was a cool little J-horror movie, and I enjoyed it. I thought it had a good creepy premise and twist, and I like the kind of epilogue the movie does at the end. I thought that added a lot to the movie. And the 4K looked really good. 3.5 stars for that. Poor Things, probably my least favorite Yorgos movie. 3.5 stars. I still liked it, but I didn't think it was that great, if I'm being honest. Double Indemnity is 4.5 stars. Excellent movie. Really enjoyed it. I watched that because I started reading that film noir book or thrillers of the 80s book that I got from Vinegar Syndrome website. Because it took you all the way back and said, this is where it started with Double Indemnity. And I watched it and I loved it. Detour I watched right after that because it brings up Detour. And I thought Detour was freaking awesome. And it's only like 60 minutes. It's very short, but like, I don't know. When I got to the end of that movie, I was thinking about all the different things that it could mean and what was actually happening in the movie versus what they were showing. And it really made me think and dive deeper into the true meaning and what was behind that movie. But I really, really enjoyed Detour. Impulse was 3 stars, a wild William Shatner movie for sure. When Evil Lurks, 4 stars, really enjoyed that. Corky Romano, I mean, that's a 4-star movie all day long. I love Corky Romano, one of my favorite comedies. It's up there with Walk Hard for me. It's still super funny. 5 Card Stud, really enjoyed that. 4 stars. White Chicks, my wife wanted to rewatch that, so we rewatched it. I can't ever talk. 3.5 stars. Really enjoyed White Chicks. I think it was like the first time in like 5 or 6 years we watched it. It's still pretty funny. Dream Scenario, 3.5 stars. Interesting movie. I think it starts off better than it ends. But it's a good, Nicolas Cage movie. The Iron Claw I thought was stunning. Really enjoyed the film. My only criticism of the Iron Claw is that I feel like they could have gotten into more stuff and maybe made a limited series about it. Like a 5-part limited series, gave it more time, told more of the story because they left some stuff out. But for what they did with the time that they had, I thought they couldn't have done it any better. So I thought the Iron Claw was excellent. Excellent performances throughout. 4.5 stars. Green Room, 4 stars. Really enjoyed the movie. Possessor, 4.5. That movie just keeps moving up on my list. I love Possessor. 4.5 stars. ISS, very boring. Exciting, cool premise, but boring movie. 2.5 stars. True Lies, I gave 4 stars. I enjoy that movie a lot. I do enjoy True Lies. American Gigolo, which is getting a 4K next month, or in June. I gave 3.5 stars too. And we got Eraser, and I gave 4 stars to Eraser. I love Eraser. I think it's super underrated. I would love a 4K of it. I like it just slightly better than True Lies, just slightly. The Roadhouse remake might be my lowest scored movie of the year. I hated it. Hated it. Hated it. Hated it. I just, why do you have to ruin the Roadhouse name by coming out with this abomination of a film? I didn't like anything about this film. I would have gave it nothing, but Letterboxd makes you at least do half a star. So half a star for Roadhouse. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I actually liked this movie, and I did not expect to, because I thought the trailers were kind of crap. But 3.5 stars for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. My wife and I believe, reviewed that on the channel. I think we did. Pretty sure we did. End of Days actually held up pretty good. I enjoyed End of Days. 3.5 stars for that. You got Gabriel Burns as the devil and Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's a really cool like blend of action and horror. And it's a good movie though. I think Arnold's really good in it too. The Abyss, I gave 4 stars. Enjoyed that movie. First time watch. I know I need to watch the final cut. The Bloody Judge, or what was the name for that movie? I can't remember. It's called The Bloody Judge, but it was called something else on the Blue Underground release. 3 stars. Immaculate, probably my favorite horror movie of the year. I gave 4 stars too. Really enjoyed Immaculate a lot. Sydney Sweeney was really great in it. And the direction, guys, was top tier. Michael Mohan, if you're watching right now, because you were in my chat like 3 or 4 weeks ago, the direction in Immaculate was just chef's kiss. Just great direction. I loved it. Let's see. Oh, I watched the Alien movies. So I knew I was going to watch Aliens on 4K, so I went ahead and watched Alien before it to prep myself. 5 stars for Alien, 5 stars for Aliens. Then we get into the steep drop off that is Alien 3, 2.5 stars, and then Alien Erection. Did I say Alien Erection? Alien Resurrection. Alien Erection would be a wild movie. Is 2 stars for Alien Resurrection. Going South, I enjoyed a lot. Actually, that's April. So yeah, we're done with March with Alien Resurrection. And if anybody can think, because I hadn't updated this in a while before I updated it tonight. If you guys can think of a movie that you think I watched that's not on here, let me know, because I can't remember everything. Going South is a 4 stars. I really enjoyed that. Major League, 3 stars. It's not my favorite comedy, but the 4K was great. It really was. The Ladies' Man is 4 stars. I freaking had so much fun rewatching that. Mean Guns, 2.5. I did not like that movie that much. A cool release from MBD, had a lot of good special features. The Hitcher, 3.5 stars. I enjoyed The Hitcher. Night Swim, I didn't hate Night Swim, but it also wasn't very good. 2.5 stars for that. Lisa Frankenstein was pretty decent movie. I enjoyed it. 3 stars. Risky Business, I enjoyed that a lot. Rewatching it, hadn't seen it in a while, and didn't remember liking it as much as I did on this watch. I think because I came into it this time with a little bit higher expectations, or not higher expectations, but I knew what to expect going into it versus I was expecting Ferris Bueller's Day Off when I watched it back for the first time. And that's not what that movie is. Has a darker turn. The Departed, I was going back and forth on this. I like The Departed, but I just can't get higher than 3.5 stars. I just don't think the movie's that great. I just don't. I like it though. It's just not a great movie. Basket Case, I gave 3.5 stars to because I just thought it was a lot of fun. Late Night with the Devil, 4 stars. I really enjoy that movie. It's probably my second favorite horror of the year. Low Lifes, that's a Tubi watch, guys. Me and my wife reviewed that on the channel as we did in Late Night with the Devil. That's on Tubi. So if Tubi's free, it doesn't cost you anything. That's a great streaming service. And I thought that was pretty cool. It was a very interesting twist on like The Hills Have Eyes, Wrong Turn, those type of movies. And I thought it was very well done. The only problem with the movie is after the big twist, the movie kind of feels like it doesn't really know what direction to go in after that. And not a lot interesting happens for like 30 minutes, but then it ramps back up when you get towards the finale. Sisters, I am trying to go back in my collection and pick out some of the Brian De Palma films I haven't seen yet because I do want to watch all of his movies this year. So I watched Sisters from 1972 and gave that 3.5 stars. I really enjoy that. Margot Kidder is fantastic in the movie. My only issue with it is it goes in a lot of weird directions in the last like 20 minutes, and I still don't fully know or understand what the hell was going on. So I don't feel like I have a great grasp on it. And if what was going on, if it's what I think it was, I don't know if I like that ending. But everything leading up to that was super intriguing and I was into it. But the ending kind of let me down a little bit. But it's Brian De Palma, so it's very well directed, very interestingly directed, and has a ton of Hitchcock influence for sure. That's maybe his most Hitchcock film that he's ever done. Sisters even has the font of Psycho, and it's the same guy that scored Psycho, Bernard Herrmann, is scoring Sisters, so it sounds very similar. But it's a good movie, though. I enjoyed it. Just didn't love the ending. Bluebeard, I gave 3 stars to. And I'm probably spoiling my Crow review tomorrow, but I gave the Crow 3 stars. I enjoy the Crow, though. There's things I like about it, but there's things I don't like about it. Ocean's 11, I gave 4 stars to. That movie was a lot of fun. I honestly wasn't like super hyped to rewatch Ocean's 11 because I remember liking it okay the first time, but I haven't watched it since. But like I rewatched it, I'm like, this movie's a ton of fun and it has a lot of energy and the cast is really great. And I just had a lot of fun watching it. So I gave it 4 stars. But there you have it, guys. That's everything that I've watched this year so far. Just to not make it so daunting, I feel like going forward, I'll probably try to do that at least once a month to go over everything, just to talk about stuff that I didn't get a chance to on the channel throughout the month. But let's see what likes we're up to right now. Scaps enjoyed ISS. I don't know, man. It's a very interesting premise, but it didn't go anywhere after that. How many likes are we up to? 162, guys. Nobody wants the Crow digital 4K. Come on now. Let me get back to the chat a little bit, and then I will get the heck out of here. If you guys have anything else you want to say, comments or anything. Presumed Innocent is a great Harrison Ford movie. I need to see that. There's a lot of Harrison that I haven't seen. What? Jesus Christ, Dale. Yeah, I've heard of that before, Dale. I have. But good for you. Good for you. I'm glad that you're at that point in your life where you feel comfortable sharing that on the internet in front of an audience of 181 people. Do you think Arrow will do a single 4K release of Hellraiser 2 like they did 1? I don't know. It's possible. It's definitely possible they should. Okay, well, that's good. Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's a good movie too. Good Robert Zemeckis movie. Yeah, man, it just sets you up pissed off, just come on, which I had already known about that, but I was like, okay, as I prepared myself, I was like, I already know this happens. Let me get past it and let me focus on the actual movie and see if there's anything here for me to enjoy. And I like Charles Dance, but there's not a lot of him in the movie, if you know what I mean. So that was disappointing as well. Dead City filming right near my town. Oh, nice. No, not yet. Don't jinx it. Oh, you're at a good amount then, Brent. Yeah, I fell off in April. I think I only watched like 16 movies. Is Pink Flamingos the one with the trash slipcover, the trash bag slipcover? Doesn't it come with a barf bag? Definitely check out Dream Scenario. I have. I talked about it, Alan. I like The Train from Gun Hill a lot. I did watch that in Western Month. That's a Kirk Douglas. Yeah, I like that one a lot. How the West Was Won. I have that one, but I haven't watched that one. High Noon. I want to get that 4K. Stagecoach. I loved the John Wayne film, and I haven't seen Big Country. Wrath the Winds. What happens after I eat Taco Bell? Nice, Eli. Doing a live commentary. Listening, it's on par with Hairspray. Nice. Yeah, I watched. I saw that in theaters. I took my son to see it because of all the hype. Started great, but I hated it. Yeah, just it did start great. Like it was interesting, and then it was just like I get what they were going for, but I just don't think it worked. Because they didn't go all the way with it. They didn't commit to it. I don't know. There were some interesting things they could have done with it for sure. Let's see. Mohawk Vader with another $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Mohawk. Kenny the alien erection. The finale explodes onto the screen with a cinematic bang as the tension reaches its peak. Oh my goodness.
She got a great ass! And you got your head all the way up it!
There you go. Yeah, Alien Erection is a great alien movie. Yep, Showtime's through Paramount Plus. I think it's a good score for that movie. Yeah, I get what they were going for. They were going for the Stuart Gordon influence. The problem is when you're trying to be like Stuart Gordon and you're trying to make another From Beyond or Reanimator, you better deliver. And it just didn't. So, because people are just going to compare it to those films and it's far inferior. What's up, John Doe Juggalo? Approximately how many movies did you buy last year? Go check out the audits, Christian. All 12 of them. You can add them up from there. I don't know. I know the total that I spent, but I don't know the amount of movies. I just didn't like Brain Damage and Basket Case, just not my style. Yeah, I get it. It's not for everybody. I enjoyed them. Broken Arrow from Paris with Love. Olympus Has Fallen on 4K. Yeah, I would love Broken Arrow on 4K. I love that movie. Christian Slater, John Travolta. It's not good. The video store gets closed down. Good one. Good night, Joseph. Yeah, I heard people tell me that cinematograph, cinematograph. I don't know, cinematograph. The E at the end of Morricone is pronounced. Just switch what you're doing. Okay. Ennio Morricone. Let's see. Are you going to watch the re-release of Star Wars? You talking about Phantom Menace? I would like to. I don't think I'll make it though. Alien Erection, E.T. the extra the extra testicle. I always like Beverly Hills Cop 3 just fine. It ain't Oscar bait, but I thought it was decent. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, given the reaction everybody was giving that movie, which people, this is how it is nowadays, guys. It's either the worst movie of all time or it's the best movie of all time. And nobody, like in reality, most movies are 3 to 3.5 stars. It's just most movies, you know? It's very rare that you get a movie that just sucks so bad it would be like a 1.5 or something, or a 1. And it's very rare you get a movie that's 5 stars. But everybody treats movies like they're either 1 star or 5 stars, and there's like no nuance in the conversation. Whereas if you look back at the scores that I gave most movies, it was like 3 to 3.5 stars, because most movies are just okay. They're fine. They're good. Whatever. Summer movie season will be in the PAL format. Everybody talking about The Crow. Yeah, Dark City. Hopefully we get that. Hopefully we get that. Dale, gotta up your multitask and have a meal at the same time. In the whimsical and daring adventure of Kenny the Alien Erection, the finale explodes under the screen with a cinematic bang. That's the same thing you super chatted, wasn't it? We'll only play in PAL VHS players, not USA. What is that? What's a PAL VHS player? I do want to see that. I probably won't see it till it comes to Blu-ray. That was announced too on Groove. Challenger's getting a Blu-ray, not a 4K. But from everything I've been hearing about that movie, like visually, it's fantastic. So I'm sure it would look great on 4K. I don't think that any of Luca Guadagnino's movies are on 4K. Or Call Me by Your Name, it is. Got released in the 30th anniversary edition, but we need Suspiria remake in 4K. Like that movie would look great in 4K. I love that movie. The Curse is on Showtime, okay, but it was through Paramount Plus, through Showtime. They got some kind of partnership. 310 to Yuma is a good Western. Christian Bale and Russell Crowe. That's a really good one. I need to see the original. I haven't watched it again. Watched it yet, Keith. I'm hoping to tonight or tomorrow morning. At this point, it's already after midnight. I just did a video on it, Patrick. Go check it out. You can find out what I think the best of the year so far is. Sorry for the cheap answer. Thank you for being here, John. PAL is a European broadcast type and is 25 frames per second. US uses NTSC 30 frames per second. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that, Brian. I didn't know there was region locks in VHS. I really didn't. That's crazy to me. What's up, Davis? Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Just shook me more than anything, and it just sucks. I've ever had on a love stream. Well, if I did a love stream, I would probably have 500 to 600 viewers if I did a love stream. But a live stream, it was actually an anti-love stream that got me the most viewers. It was, I believe it was the October audit. I did the audit, one of the audits live, and there was damn near 400 people in the chat. So that was the biggest one. I didn't get to 400. I don't think it was 390, but that was the biggest one. And I've had a few round tables have over 300 people in there. But yeah, those are the most. I've gotten over 300, which I'm like, to be over 300, like that's crazy to me, because you'll watch some channels that have like over 100,000 subs, or I've seen channels with 1 million subs that'll have 300 people in their chat. So that's crazy. It's crazy to even get over 100, or 200, but I appreciate it. I always appreciate the support, and you guys are great. That's why I'm trying to commit to doing at least one of these every single week, because I know you guys enjoy it. And if you're not watching live, you can watch on the replay. Pre-ordered Once Upon a Time in the West. It was pricey, but I love the movie and excited to see it. Yeah, I mean, it's a great movie. It's a great movie. A love stream. A love stream would break records. It would. It would. You probably see that. You'll have to see that on Married with Media, though. The love stream. But guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. I'm going to go ahead and cut this stream off right here. I appreciate everybody watching, and I hope you enjoyed the stream. I did everything I wanted to do, right? Oh, the Crow digital code for all of y'all that are hanging out. We're at 172 likes. So here you go. Whoever gets it. Come on, focus. Damn it. There we go. There is the Crow 4K digital code. You guys can check it out a week early. And then if you like the transfer, you can buy it physically, And I know the digital is going to be different than the physical, but you can get a good idea of what it looks like by checking out the physical. All right, guys. So like I said, I'm done. I appreciate you guys being here. Hit the like button if you haven't already on your way out. Drop me a comment, down below in the comments section. That always helps the algorithm as well. Subscribe if you haven't already, and look forward to more content this week. I've got the 4K review of The Crow is hitting tomorrow. 4K review of Killer Clowns. And I'll definitely have some other videos coming this weekend for sure. So thank you all again for watching, and I'll see you next time.